The compression looks bad because I don't have good lighting. Also, it's also my streaming settings. The compression looks bad because I don't have good lighting. Also, oh wow, this stand is terrible. The compression looks bad because I don't have good lighting. Also, oh wow, this stand is terrible. Oh wow, this stand is terrible. Yeah, also I'm comparing side by side what I'm receiving from the camera on YouTube, and YouTube definitely looks darker and grainier. Yeah, also I'm comparing side by side what I'm receiving from the camera on YouTube, and YouTube definitely looks darker and grainier. Yeah, also I'm comparing side by side what I'm receiving from the camera on YouTube. Let's try out a polarizing lens. Try out. Oh yeah, those polar pops. Oh yeah, those polar pops. I wonder how that looks on my screen with the polarizing lens. There we go. I wonder how that looks on my screen with the polarizing lens. Wow, this is really hard to focus with this lens. Wow, this is really hard to focus with this lens. Wow, this is really hard to focus with this lens. Okay, there's more light. Somewhat. Yeah, YouTube screens definitely looks worse. Okay, there's more light. Somewhat. Yeah, YouTube screens. It's a circular polarizer, not a linear polarizer. It's a circular polarizer, not a linear polarizer. It's a circular polarizer, not a linear polarizer. Yeah, the graininess on this scene looks a lot better. Yeah, the graininess on this scene looks a lot better. Yeah, the graininess on Uh-oh. 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 I don't know what just happened. I don't know what just happened. I guess, maybe? I guess, maybe? I guess, maybe? YouTube live streaming settings.
Here's information from Google.
YouTube live streaming settings.
Here's information from Google.
YouTube live streaming settings.
Here's information from Google.
There we go. 1080p. I don't think this is doing 60. This is probably 36,000 kilobit. What am I broadcasting at? I don't think this is doing 60. This is probably 36,000 kilobit. What am I broadcasting at? Yeah, as far as what YouTube recommends, I'm like at the top for... Yeah, as far as what YouTube recommends, I'm like at the top. Yeah, I'm doing 1080p 30 at 6,000 kilobits a second. Yeah, I'm doing 1080p 30 at 6,000 I blame YouTube for the compression. Wow. There's a lot of data being lost on YouTube for the compression. Wow. There's a lot of data being lost on YouTube.
Right, and this is one version of it. We saw in the other lab a larger, the very first one that was built. What was the concept behind that, and what were the kind of requirements you wanted out of that that needed that kind of rigging?
Well, the big one, Light Stage 6, tons of cameras from lots of different angles, but then the lighting is just fixed. Like if you get a light field of somebody,
You can get the specular reflections separated from the diffuse reflections using the polarization. Different spheres. Camera was like the only digital standard def camera I could get. But I wrapped it through the different exposures, so I got the full range of the light from the stained glass windows to the altar to the indirect light bouncing up from the wood of the pews and the marble of the floor. And we're now being, 18 years later, being illuminated with a light stage simulation of the light from Grace Cathedral.
So recording the lighting environments for like a movie set, you're on set.
That used this as one of the scenes, and we did a simulation of some huge dominoes falling over. It was kind of an abstract interpretation of the conflict between Galileo and the church, and it ended up in St. Peter's Basilica.
That's really trippy because just looking at the reflection, you can if I wasn't aware that I was on the light stage, you could convincingly tell me that we were between two buildings and this was a light source.
Indeed, and more importantly, they're all radiometrically calibrated, so the light levels that we have on our faces, the directionality of the light, this is the way we should look if we were actually there.
Now, we're different materials. There's a material for our clothing, for the balls here, for faces. What works best? I mean...
Well, the idea is if we get the lighting right, it should work for everything.
We're different materials.
Now, the caveat for that is that very shiny stuff like these... Well, the idea is if we get the lighting right, it should work for everything. Now, the caveat for that is that very shiny stuff like these...
I don't think the Skinek needs a lighting stage. I think that'd be a little overkill for a Kinect. I don't think the Skinek needs a lighting stage. I think that'd be a little overkill. I don't think the Kinect's camera is capable of taking advantage of that light. I don't think the Kinect's camera is capable of taking advantage of that light. I don't think the Kinect's camera is capable of taking advantage of that light. Oh. Okay, who needs a screen capture? I got DSLR. Oh. Okay, who needs a screen capture? I got
spheres. They are so shiny that you can still see the individual dots of the LEDs.
Yeah.
On our skin, we have enough surface roughness that it blurs it all out, so you don't see that roughness anymore. We actually had to build a different version of the light stage when we got asked to produce a scanner for consumer objects like sunglasses, because those have these textureless, very shiny surfaces. When you put them in here, you just see lots of points of light. So for that, Shuming and the rest of the team and I designed a special version of the light stage that had a strip of LEDs that would rotate around, and you take long exposures, and the motion blur of that going around would give you continuous reflections. We have a couple more lighting environments here. This one here, I think, was shot by some of our friends at visual effects company Digital Domain, is that right? And they're experts now at using these high dynamic range spherical images to light computer-generated objects. So whenever they're putting a digital character into a scene, they're actually lighting that digital character with a record of what the light was like on set or on location. So it just drops in there and it just looks completely believable.
What does that capture tool look like on set? Is it just cameras?
Couple ways to do it. You can actually put a mirror ball on there, and the reflection in the mirror ball reflects the full 360 degrees of the environment. Actually, you can see more than just the stuff that's reflected on the front. You do have to bracket your exposures to shoot underexposed and overexposed images to get the whole high dynamic range series, so you really know the intensity of light sources and indirect light in the same data set. Or another popular way to do it now is with fisheye lenses, and you'll just shoot like fisheyes from 3 different directions, stitch those together like a panorama, and again shoot that at high dynamic range. And we've just developed a new version of it that works with a single shot. It's got a couple of different mirrored spheres and a couple of color charts for calibration that will actually tell you everything you need to know about the dynamic range of the light. With a single shot, it's got a couple of different mirrored spheres and a couple of color charts for calibration that will actually tell you everything you need to know about the range of the light.
Oh, wait. I know what I can try with this camera. Crap, how do I do this? Oh, wait. I know what I can try with this camera. Whoops, OBS crashed. Oh, goodbye, guys.